Welcome. My name is Shelagh. Welcome to this episode of the Teen Yoga Zen Challenge. Today we're going to do some very gentle and relaxing yoga. We're going to review some of the breathing techniques you've probably seen. If you've seen some of the other yoga sessions. If you haven't, then this will be new to you, and that'll all be great too. Okay, so this will take about a half an hour to 40 minutes, and at the end I will present a little challenge for you for the week ahead. So if you want to take your thumb and first finger and look down, just sitting in a cross-legged position, something that you're comfortable with, and just notice your breath. Just notice your breath. Is your breath shallow? Is your breath deep? And just letting yourself fall into whatever natural rhythm comes to you. It might feel strange just focusing on your breathing. We want to inhale. Notice our body expanding and getting bigger, and exhale. You can just let go of the cares and worries of the day. You can just gently focus on the tip of your nose, or if you feel you want to, you can close your eyes. And just take a few more breaths. Know that there's nothing you need to do. If your thoughts are interrupting, you can just let them walk on by like clouds in the sky. Inhale, noticing your body expanding. And exhale, feeling any cares or worries of the day melting away. And you can come immediately to our first posture. We're going to bring our toes, our feet together. And I've got a couple of props here today, but you can use pillows or you can just go straight onto the ground. If you have a pillow, you can put it behind you. So this is very much, the theme of today's class is very much about allowing yourself to relax. Slow down as the world is starting to speed up again. So your feet can come together and you can slowly just allow yourself to drop down onto the mat. And what's unique about today's class is we're going to hold the postures for a little bit longer than we normally would. I'm going to time our postures. Just taking me a second to get here. So we're going to hold the posture just for 90 seconds. So a lot of the postures that we've done so far, maybe we haven't held it for so long. So your feet are together, let your knees drop down to the ground, let your shoulders melt, and either having a gentle gaze on the tip of your nose, or even closing your eyes. And coming back to that breath. That's the start of our 90 seconds, if you could hear the bell. Inhale, feeling the cool air on the tip of your nose, and exhale, notice how it's become warm. And breathing into any part of your body where you feel tension. Palms of the hand can be turned upwards. And I've brought you to my local park. We're allowed to go out again where I live. And hear the birds singing. You can allow your attention to rotate, picking up each sound. And maybe you can cross the miles and hear the birds near where I am. And not worrying about where any of the sounds come from, just listening to them, picking it up, and moving on to the next sound. allowing your body to melt a little bit deeper with every exhalation. With every inhalation, allow yourself to expand and feel bigger. And exhale, feeling yourself melting more into the ground. And that's our 90-second bell already. You can release your legs and allow yourself to roll over to the side and come up to a seated position. Moving straight into the next position. I'm going to give us 30 seconds to get into it, and we'll hold it for 90 seconds. Again, you can use a pillow or a block, or you don't have to use anything at all. Just allow yourself to drop into any position ever so gently. You don't need to stress or strain. We're just going to slow down today. So feel if your neck and your head needs supporting, you can put your fists together and just let yourself drop forward. So sometimes when we're really busy, when the world is busy around us, it's hard to do nothing. So come back to your breathing, that natural breathing. Feeling the air as you inhale on the tip of your nose. Feeling your body expanding and getting bigger, and exhale. Feeling any cares and worries melting away. And if while you're here you just feel like everything's released a little bit further, you can drop a little deeper if you want to. And your eyes can be just gently open, looking at the tip of your nose, or you can close your eyes. Relax your jaw. Relax the skin surrounding your eyes. Feel your neck as an extension of your spine, but almost like a rag doll, you're flopping forward. You might feel one point in your body where you're stretching deep into your joints, but it's a gentle stretch. And maybe the greater challenge is just staying still for the 90 seconds. You can slowly walk your hands up and flutter your eyes open. For the next posture, we're going to come to standing. We're going to do two postures from standing. So pretty much the same posture we just did then, but from a standing position. So bringing your feet together, just roll your shoulders back 2 or 3 times. And then hinging from your hips, let yourself come forward and bend your knees as much as you need to. Let yourself hang, let your head hang. Give yourself a little hug of your legs so that your body is right against your thighs. And you can come forward. Release your head, yes and no, and just let yourself fall. You're like a waterfall. Your head, everything is draining out of the top of the head. Anything that's busy in your mind can just flow off the top of your head. Anything you no longer need. You can grab your elbows and let yourself feel heavier, but then release your hands. Remembering to breathe. It's harder to breathe here because our tummies are all squished. Just breathing into the upper part of the body. Release your head, yes and no, yet again. And let yourself fall like a waterfall. Inhale, taking in anything you need. Feeling your body expanding, and exhale, feeling the cares and worries drain from the top of your head. Maybe out through your arms and hands too. And noticing If any part of your body or your mind is reacting to the posture, we're only holding it for 90 seconds. The 90 seconds can feel like an awfully long time. And inhale, just straighten your hands up. Bring your hands to your knees. Release your head again and pulling your belly button into the back of your spine. Come up to a standing position. And just open your hands, open your palms, and just take a second to feel that beautiful relaxation that you've created. So the whole idea behind this class for me was that as we're moving out of lockdown, life is speeding up again for us. And it's happening for me. I don't know about for you, but it's happening for me at a really, really quick pace. And so it's that we need to take this time to slow down, consciously know when we need to slow down while everything is speeding up around us. So this is a little bit of a different sort of class. And with your legs, feet spread, we're going to do another waterfall, but with our legs open. So coming down, hinging from the hips, come forward, bring your hands down. And again, if you have blocks or pillows, you can let yourself just really fall into the ground. If you're lucky and nice and flexible and you can bring your head all the way to the ground, that's great too. And just feeling the top of the head into the posture. And once you get into your posture, you're trying to stay as still as you possibly can. I'm just going to show you from the side as well. So finding your posture and then trying to stay completely still. If there's any pain, if you're getting any numbness or tingling, you should reverse out of the posture and try to come back into it again. Relax your forehead, the skin surrounding your eyes. You can put a little bend in your knees. This is not a competition about who can be the most straight, who can bend the deepest. It's more about just feeling that beautiful relaxation. And as you are stretching, if you fall deeper, just let yourself melt deeper. Noticing where you might be feeling the stretch. Is it the back of your legs? Or is the challenge in just holding a position for 90 seconds? So allowing yourself to just stay still, noticing your mind. And if your mind is talking to you, it's doing its job, it's doing what it's supposed to do. You can bring your feet up together again. And from here, we're going to come down. So keep your hands down, bending your knees, and we're going to go into a little squat. Now for me, I like to have my feet turned outward quite a lot in the squat. So you just find what you feel is comfortable for you. A lot of times people say your knees should be right over your toes, but just find where you feel comfortable in your hips. And we're going to just sit in the squat. And again, you can sit down on a block if you want to, if you feel that that would help you, or a pillow, anything you feel. I'm going to just demonstrate from the side. So coming into the squat, again, we're going to hold it for 90 seconds. And I'm giving us 30 seconds to get in there. So if you feel like your heels don't feel comfortable on the ground, you can take a t-shirt, a towel, anything, and you can put that under your heels. And trying to grow up a little bit tall with your elbows between your knees. Finding a posture that you can stay in for that 90 seconds. And maybe looking at the tip of your nose. And closing your eyes if you can. Allowing your attention to rotate like a radar. Seeking out any sounds that you can hear in your environment or in mine. And just noticing them and letting them go. And moving on to the next sound. Moving from sound to sound. And if your thoughts are interrupting them, just know that you can just observe your thoughts. Your thoughts aren't who you are. You can just let them walk on by. You can let them go. You can thank your mind for doing its job. But you don't have to interact with every single thought that you have. And we're going to hold this for 15 more seconds. Noticing where you feel any heat, any stretch. And releasing your hands down to the mat. You can bring one knee down and then the other. And we're going to just take a little rest in child's pose. So putting the weight into your hands and letting yourself drop down. Place your forehead on the ground. You can leave your hands up front, or if it feels nice, put them down beside you. And just take a second here. Bringing your hands underneath your body. We're going to do a posture that's called swan. And we're going to get into this posture from tabletop. So the position that I'm in, your knees are under your hips and your arms are under your shoulders. Bring your right knee up behind your right wrist. You can lift your left leg up and back. And if you feel that you can walk your foot up, you can walk your foot up, but don't take your hand to yank your foot. You just want it to walk up naturally. And feel yourself first nice and tall. And then slowly we're going to do sleeping swan. We're going to come forward. And you can bring yourself down either flat onto the mat. You can put pillows underneath. So anywhere that there's space, you might want to fill up the space. And just let yourself release down. So just thinking about that idea of what it feels like to slow down, to take a moment to slow down when everything around you is happening so quickly. And choosing something to focus on. Maybe it's your breath at the tip of your nose, noticing the cool air coming in and the warm air coming out. Maybe it's your chest expanding as you inhale, your tummy growing like a balloon, and as you exhale, feeling the cares and worries melt away. Or maybe it's using your sense of hearing to rotate like a radar. You choose which one you like to do the most. And placing your hands on the mat, you can come up and just let yourself sit gently onto your mat, bringing your feet together. We can do something called windshield wipers. So we're just going to drop our knees down, one knee at a time, allowing the knees to drop, and just shake your feet out. Just give them a shake. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So coming back to tabletop. I hope you can hear those bells. At least they help me with the timing. So coming to tabletop, bringing the left foot behind the left wrist. You can walk your foot up, lifting the right leg up and back, feeling that leg's coming straight out behind you. You should be able to feel it right into that hip, and then dropping yourself down. Just finding your edge. You don't want this to be really, really painful. You just want it to be a nice stretch. You may need to stack your hands or use a pillow or use a block. And allow yourself to melt into your mat. Eye gaze on the tip of the nose and then close your eyes. If the stretch isn't too strong, follow your breath all the way down to the point in your body where you're feeling the stretch. Inhale into that part of your body. And at the same time, turning your eye gaze inwards and checking in. Are you holding tension in your forehead? And if so, let it go. Are you holding tension around your eyes? If so, let it go. Feel your facial muscles just melting, relaxing. Inhale into your neck. Are you relaxing through your neck? Can you release any more tension in your shoulders, melting deeper into the posture? And that 90 seconds seems to have gone really quickly. Putting weight into your hands. Allow yourself to drop and roll onto the ground and bring your legs forward, giving them a little shake. And we're going to try the same posture that we did standing up, but this time sitting down. So our legs are coming open. Now, if you find that your back is rounding like this, you need to be more upright. So put something underneath your tail to allow yourself to tip forward. And open your legs as far as you can. I've left my timer here. And find yourself a nice comfortable position. You might find that you're stretching nice and strongly through your legs. That's okay. You can just stay here. Or if you feel you want to, you can fold forward, or you can even flop all the way forward. Just find your level, turning your palms upward, and just making sure that your neck and head aren't falling too far forward. If you're much further forward, you might want to use your fists. You might want to use some pillows to hold your head up. You can use some pillows to hold you up. Whatever you feel is comfortable for you. And we're going to hold this posture for 90 seconds. Tuning into your breathing. Noticing what your mind is doing. Let's pick up from the shoulders are nice and relaxed. Having an awareness of your torso and all the organs in your body. And place them into a relaxed state. Bringing your awareness to your hips. And if you're holding any tension here, just let it go one more time. And hopefully your eyes are closed, and just know that when your eyes are closed, you can use your brain in a completely different way. But most of all, what I'm hoping for you right now is that you're able to just let your mind be still, or at least to be impartial to any thoughts that are coming up now, not worrying about them, and allowing yourself to roll up We're going to roll over onto our tummies now. So we've been kind of going forwards and then backwards. So it's really important in our lives that we extend as well as flex. You go forward as well as backwards. So we're going to put some pressure on our back to go upwards very gently. So bringing the elbows underneath our shoulders, you can splay your hands. You can lift your toes up and extend your legs back. And feel your chest flow through your shoulders, through your arms. Again, looking at the tip of your nose, this posture is called Sphinx. And just relax any tension in your legs, in your back. So we worked our way down the forehead, the eyes, the jaw, the neck and the shoulders. You can feel your belly button just connecting with the mat and melting deeper. And you can feel that nice compression at the base of the spine. Your neck is an extension of your spine. And just by doing something so gentle like we're doing right now, we can have such benefit to our bodies. Eye gaze at the tip of the nose, very soft eyes, or even better, having the closed eyes. On the inhalation, feeling your body expand, feeling the pressure of your navel against the mat, and as you exhale, just feeling the cares and worries melting away. There's nothing that you need to do. Your clever body is doing everything you need it to do. Allowing your sense of hearing to rotate like a radar. You can slowly allow yourself to drop down on the mat. Flex your arms to the side and melt into the ground. Receive the benefits of the practice. It's a very subtle but very lovely feeling where the compression was in your lower back. Just staying here for a minute or two. Well, more like 30 seconds or so. Feel yourself melting into the ground. And putting your weight into your hands, at your shoulders, coming back up through child's pose, pushing into your hands and letting yourself melt backwards. You can press into your hands and roll up onto your toes and just pedal your heels a couple of times in down dog. And coming back to your knees, we'll roll over onto our backs. So from the back, we're going to hold each leg. So the right foot goes on to the left knee, and we're going to thread the needle. We're bringing our hands between our legs to the knee and releasing our head down onto the ground. So you can feel the pressure on that outer hip and relax yourself down. Trying to release any tension. You can also do this against the wall. So where my foot is up, you can press against the wall. Relax your jaw. Release any tension on the outside of your hips. And going back to allowing your sense of hearing to be heightened. And hearing the sounds in your environment. Picking up on the sound. Not worrying about where it comes from or what it is. And just let it go. And moving on to the next sound. And keeping the strain or the pressure in the hip at about a 6 out of 10. It doesn't have to be a really strong stretch. Finding your edge where it feels like you're getting a stretch, but not so much that you're straining to hold it. Knowing that you're working deep into your joints. Noticing your breath. The cool air at the tip of the nose as you inhale, and the warm air as you exhale. Slowly releasing your leg to the ground, allowing the palms of your hands to stay upward. And just feel the difference between the two legs, maybe rocking your legs back and forth. And we'll go back to the posture on the other side. This time bringing the left foot onto the right knee and grabbing. The left hand comes through, threading the needle, holding the leg, releasing your head back down onto the ground. You should feel the stretch on the outside of the thigh with the bent knee. And if you're against a wall, you can push against the wall to push your ankle closer. Finding your edge where you're getting a stretch that isn't so challenging that you have to really grit to hold it, but still enough that you're feeling that nice energy in that part of your body. And allowing your sense of hearing to rotate through the environment, moving from sound to sound. And maybe trying to hear the furthest sound that you can hear, and come closer and closer. And as you come closer, maybe you can notice the closest sound. Maybe the sound of your own breath. Maybe even the sound of your own heart beating. See if you can turn your sense of hearing inwards. What can you hear? Noticing how you're reacting to the postures. Do the 90 seconds feel shorter or longer now? And bringing your 2 feet together, we'll do windshield wipers very slowly, but with both feet, both knees dropping to one side. And come to center, and the same thing, both feet dropping to the other side. And for the last posture today, we will bring our arms straight out from our shoulders, releasing your feet down first. Then again, bringing the knees up, the feet up, and let both knees drop to one side. Now what kind of happens sometimes is your shoulder comes up off the ground. So let your knees come down to the ground, and then let your shoulders come back down to the ground. So if your knees pop up again, put something under your knees and let your head drop in the opposite direction. So we're going to have a nice twist. I forgot to set my alarm again. So the arms across, the knees down to one side, eye gaze in the opposite direction. And to go back to what we were talking about before, is it difficult? Is it challenging just to hold for 90 seconds? Or is it really easy for you? Do you feel like It's so nice to have permission just to do one thing for 90 seconds. Or do you feel like your mind is racing? Why are we doing this? How is this helping? And if your mind is talking to you in that way, just let it go. Everything your mind says isn't necessarily true, or you don't necessarily need to deal with it just in this second. And try to just turn that eye gaze inwards again and just feel your body. Where do you feel the tension and the stretch? Can you feel the warmth in those areas? Noticing any tension that you're creating in your body and trying to let it melt away. Again, relaxing the forehead, relaxing any tension on the skin around your toes. Let your shoulders melt into the ground. And let your head roll gently in the opposite direction of the bent knee. And bringing your awareness to the sounds in the environment again. Bringing your legs up to center, we're going to go straight to the other side. And let your knees drop. The arms out to the sides, knees drop. And your head dropping in the other direction. If you're finding that your knees are high, just put something underneath them to hold them. Making sure that your shoulders are on the ground. Feeling that twist in the lower back. Feeling the connection between your upper body and your lower body. Releasing any tension on your hips. Maybe starting at your head and going to your toes, scanning your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Releasing any tension that may have gathered up again. Noticing if there's any places that you naturally start to squeeze or gather the tension or the stress, and let it go. Inhale, feeling your body expand, and exhale, feeling the cares and worries, the tensions just melt away. Enjoying this beautiful feeling of relaxation. And remembering that even though the world is speeding up, doesn't mean that we have to. Not every moment, every day. And sometimes we need to turn our eye gaze inwards. We need to turn inwards like a turtle. We need to hide in our shell to just gain some energy again, to feel strong again from the world. And bringing your knees towards your body. And just let yourself rock from side to side. And bringing your feet out in front of you, your palms turned upward. Feel your body from head to toe and toe to head on the mat. Feel your body melt and merge with the ground below you. Turning your eye gaze inward one last time, say to yourself, I am peaceful, I am focused, I am loved. I am so relaxed. And if you want to just stay here, just stay here and fall into a nice, deep, resting relaxation. Or you can roll over onto one side and come to a seated position. Crossing your hands, taking your thumb and first finger, crossing your legs, growing up nice and tall. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Hands together in front of your body. Namaste. I hope that you enjoyed that yoga session at the park with the birds and the idea of turning your eye gaze inwards and slowing down while things are moving a little bit faster. So for the Zen challenge today, what I would like to suggest is that you try to write 3 pages of anything that comes to your mind for about a week. So every morning when you get up, just write stream of consciousness, whatever comes to your head, for 3 pages. And then if you don't know what to write, to say, I don't know what to write. And you repeat it. But whatever you do, just fill those 3 pages. And it's just a way to turn inwards, to slow down, and also to get rid of some of those crazy ideas that are going on in the head and allow yourself to see what's underneath in some of your really great and creative thoughts and ideas. And most importantly, makes you feel good. Okay, so give it a go. I hope you enjoy it. Bye.